Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. While I'm happy for this video, there is a sad story guys. I had uploaded a what's on my phone which is now privated so you can't see that. And my nice friend after like 4 days she was watching my video just like, dude, your video is nice but why did it end abruptly? And I was like, and I just saw that the whole video had never been uploaded and not one person out of 50 people that watched that video bothered to tell me that. I'm sad, but we're going to continue with this video. Let's go. So today's video is something that I've been wanting to do since a really long time because quite frankly I feel like a lot of you all, especially those who will be coming to Bangalore for college or office or just whatever purpose it is, will find it useful because finding apartments, even if it's for rent or for lease, it's just not easy in Bangalore. There are a lot of scams and it's very important to be aware of what you should do and what you should not do. I have been in this apartment for around 4 years at this point, so this is coming from experience. Firstly, and this is the most important rule, please do not take this lightly. Check the rooms in person. Photos do not do justice, and from my personal experience when I was booking a PG, they had sent a picture which quite frankly was not what it was when like me and my sister went to that room. There were old curry stains and it was just, putting it simply, it was disgusting. I understand a lot of times we cannot like physically be there because you're moving in. So what I would really suggest is either make sure that someone you know goes and sees that place and sends you pictures and videos of it, or the other option you have is book a hotel at least for 1 or 2 days and only after that check that place and only then move in, because this is very important. This is not a detail that cannot be missed, which is why I'm stating it first. Please check the rooms in person. You are literally solving 50% of your problem by doing this. Secondly, I seriously cannot believe I have to say this, but I have seen way too many cases where this happens. No matter how desperate you are to find a new apartment or just a place, please do not pay money for just viewing the apartment. Why do people do this and why did people think it is okay? Like, how did anyone find it rational? That, oh, I have to pay before I see the place? Sure. No, it's not okay. You never have to pay money before you are just going to see the place. And if you have to, that is the biggest scam in the world. That's the biggest red flag in the world. Move on. The third point, and I really wished someone had told me this, when you're checking a flat, everything might be fine, but please remember to check the electrical switches to make sure each and every one of them is working, and do not move in before it is actually fixed, because once you move in, then thousands of excuses will come. So like, don't. Switches are important. We live in the world of social media. We need our devices. We need to recharge. You cannot always have an extension or anything. Even if there's extension, you might need one more switch. So make sure that all those switches are working and are switched on. Make sure they're working, basically. I think this is the fourth point.
But always
Negotiate. Do not agree on the set amount. Let me tell you one rule in Bangalore that is very common, is that people know that you will negotiate and so they set a higher price. So let's say the deposit is of 40 bucks, they will sell you 60 bucks or 50 bucks because they know you will negotiate. And the moment you don't negotiate, you're putting yourself at a loss and you'll be like, and even the person who is like stating the amount will be like, oh, this person agreed, let it be. So always negotiate for the deposit or the rent. Try to negotiate for both, but if both are not working, then at least make sure that you're negotiating for one. See, the benefit of negotiation is that if you're negotiating the rent, then obviously you have to pay a lower amount. But if you're negotiating the deposit, usually in Bangalore they do not give you the whole deposit back, so like try to lower it as much as possible so less of your money is going. Have everything in writing. This is the unspoken rule in Bangalore when you're looking for apartments, but also in general. Anyone saying anything just through the mouth doesn't make sense. It might make sense, but the fact is that if in any situations they are like What's the proof? You don't have any proof. And especially in legal situations like apartments and all, make sure you have all that in writing, so that if the need comes, hopefully it doesn't, but if the need comes, that you're not scrambling looking for evidence or just basically being lost, but that you have proof. Make sure important places like hospitals, grocery shops, pharmacies are near you. This is very important, and this is something my dad told me, and you don't realize it initially, but you do realize it eventually, that oh, like yes, it's very important to have these places like nearby, so that if in any situation you are sick or anything, you can immediately go to the hospital and you're not left, just the hospital being 2 hours away. Now, this is not always in your control, but for me, though my house was a little far away from college, it was worth it because firstly, it was a direct bus, so I didn't have to struggle with that matter. But also because there were pharmacies, hospitals, grocery shops, it was like a tiny commercial street in my area, and that means everything worked in my favor, and that's why I still live here, even though my work is like even far away right now. But this is very, very important, and please keep this in mind. Now, I understand getting excited over finally getting an apartment, solving the rent, the deposit issue and all, but don't stop at that. Please know what your maintenance charges are, whether they are going to be consistent, whether they are going to be increasing. Again, have this in writing. And all these miscellaneous expenses, which might seem small initially, but the more you have to deal with your money and the more these expenses start piling up, you're just going to like get really, really pissed. So make sure you are aware of that. You're aware of the maintenance, the electricity, and the water motor charges if there are any. So keep yourself safe. This is a tip that I didn't really need, but I know a lot of y'all might need. If you have a vehicle, make sure to check out the parking arrangements. If where there is parking, where you are allowed to park, where you should not be parking. Even if they say, oh, it doesn't matter, just make sure and genuinely ask your owner, is that person okay with me parking my vehicle there? Because like I just saw someone from a PG park their two-wheeler near my house, and yes, it was a hindrance, but I mean, it could have been said nicer, but I just saw the people just scream and tell, remove it from here and all that. So I was like, okay, that was a terrible way to start that day for that poor guy. But that's why I'm telling you, because people lack patience in this world. So make sure you clarify all these things beforehand. This is a very, very important tip. Do not ignore. Pay attention. Okay, I'm explaining it like I'm explaining to your 2-year-old. But make sure to always take a complete recording of the house right before you move in. This is very important, and always keep that video with you in your drive, in your hard drive, wherever you want. Don't lose it, because later if they say, oh, when we gave you the house everything was fine, and if there were issues, you have this video as a freaking living proof. So when you're taking this video, make sure every detail is captured and you don't miss out. This is such a small detail, but it's really, really important. So these were the tips I had. These were the little bits of advice that I had from my personal experience. I hope you all found this useful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe so that we can grow as a community. But also make sure to do that if you like this video and if you want more tips, and I'll see you all next time. Make sure to celebrate life and keep smiling.